and welcome back. Hi. Look at.
Hi, and
Hello.
welcome back.
Hello and welcome back. I'm an addict named Bailey.
And I'm an addict named Danny.
And this is
A Time and Place podcast.
What do we have a story for you today?
Do
Boy, do we have a story for you.
I haven't heard this story yet.
I think you have.
Oh.
I'm scared.
Oh, yeah.
So back in episode 10, I was on the dating app and I was talking about all these different profiles we were looking through. I was like reading their descriptions and talking about their jobs. And the very last one that we talked about, his thing said searching for forever someone, and it was the one. And he said as long as you like coffee, like whatever. So like I've been talking to him ever since. And it's funny because you literally watch me discover his profile on the pod. And then so I've been getting to know him, and he stood out to me because he was very like respectful and he was okay with taking it slow. And I kept talking to him and stuff, and he's like funny and he's like fun to talk to and makes me very comfortable.
Cute.
Yeah, and like so we were talking throughout the day, and he'd be like, "Oh, what are you up to?" I'm like, "Going to film the podcast." And he's like, "Oh, you have a podcast?" And I was like, "I shouldn't have said that." So I think he had me send him a link to it, and I didn't realize that I talked about him in it. And so he was like, he texted me, he's like, "Oh yeah, you read my full description."
He said, I just got to the part where you read my profile.
Oh my gosh, I was flabbergasted. I was floored.
I scream, cry, laughed when she told me that.
I was like, no! Because you think, like, no one's going to see this. Literally, no one.
No one's going to see this.
Especially someone, like, I'm talking to, romantically interested in, like, that kind of... How embarrassing! I literally was like, please don't watch anything else. But luckily, we're dealing with, like, the sweetest guy, as far as I know. Because, like, you never know, but... And he's very much like, you need to get to know me, like, we don't know each other, let's get, like... Blah,
Shout
blah.
out to you.
Yeah, shout out to you. I'm not going to say your name, because I already put you on blast already on this podcast. I'm not going to make it work. But yeah, it was really embarrassing to know that he's... First of all, when we post this, I'm literally sitting here talking to my sister. I don't feel like I'm talking to anyone who I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's
get a
things
little
I
out
talk
of
about
hand.
on this podcast that I would never tell a stranger, let alone a guy that I like.
Yeah.
And it's embarrassing. I just like... Yeah, anyway, but that was pretty funny. So, okay, I wanted to also update you guys about the dating apps. Like, I got off the dating apps almost immediately. I was on there for like 2.5 weeks. And I couldn't handle it.
Yeah, you cried.
I definitely cried. I shared about it. I just was like, I'm not ready yet, I feel. And like, luckily I ended up with some like cool friends and people like that I like talking to from that. But yeah, I don't see myself getting on there anytime soon.
Same
It's a jungle out there.
Yeah.
It is wild out there.
Yeah.
I feel like people are on there just to troll people too. Speaking of updates, I wanted to update you guys about my Ozempic journey. It might be working. Yay. It might be. I can't tell. I know I've definitely gained weight. I've gained like 5 pounds. But I feel like it's working. I don't know, honestly. We'll see. But I wanted to talk about the ladies at the bank. You ever go to the bank to cash a check? And it takes like forever?
Not at my bank.
What bank do you use?
The Nation.
Okay. I use a certain bank in town that's not the Nation. And I swear, the place could be on fire and they move like this. Oh, what do you got going on for the weekend? I'm like, you guys have 10 people standing here tapping their feet and you're literally, I can't stand it. I'm like, we're all trying to get back to work from our lunch break and like, they're literally like, oh no. And I'm like, please. Please.
But my bank doesn't have a drive-through.
The drive-thru is way worse. Like, you go in thinking you're going to save time by going in. The drive-thru, you could sit there forever trying to get your paycheck. And most places have like direct deposit, but my job is so ancient like not with the times that we don't have that. So I literally have to physically go and cash my check every week, and it's crazy.
Can't relate. Yeah, I have direct deposit.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
You're just super quiet.
I'm a little anxious because Tiger keeps doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Can you stop now?
Okay, so we'll talk about something that you do. Speaking of banking, about Chime. This is our latest sister fight.
I don't remember.
Okay, because I'm like, that is a ripoff. And it's a trap, and I don't believe in it.
About Chime?
Yeah.
What about it?
So, like, this is the advertising I saw for Chime. It was like, yo, you get paid on Friday, well, you can get your paycheck on Wednesday. And I'm like, what's the point of that?
It's great.
But first of all, like, I feel like you got to be paying some kind of fees for that.
No.
Charges.
Nope.
Interest.
Nope.
But, like, what's the point of getting it 2 days earlier when you still have to wait 7 full days to get it?
I don't know.
Yeah. And why are they doing that? I don't know. I just don't believe in no strings attached kind of stuff.
It is, though. I mean,
This is just sponsored by Chime.
As far as I know, I like it. I like it a lot. They have like a Spot Me, like up to $200 of, like, they'll literally cover up to $200 of charges if you overdraft, but there's no fees, and they'll just, take it out of your paycheck when it deposits. So you're borrowing money like from yourself.
Yeah,
No
I feel like
fees.
that's
And then there's
no brains.
Yeah, it's kind of like, but it comes in handy like for somebody like me who can't make ends meet, like sometimes, most of the time. Most of the time.
Same, bro.
And I realized it was funny because I got paid Wednesday, and then by Friday, and then today's Sunday. And I'm in the same exact spot I would have been on Sunday anyway.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh. You would think it would go back a day.
What it did was just like let me have a couple more days to thoughtfully pay some bills. Because I want to keep the money in there longer. I don't know, I like it. And then if you sign up and you get a direct deposit, which you can't because you don't get direct deposit, within like 30 days, then we'll each get $100.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That kind of stuff, I'm like, why are they giving people hundreds of dollars? There's got to be a catch. There's got to be something that they're gaining from it. Why not use just a regular bank? I just don't trust it. I don't know.
It's very cool, and I love the app.
All right, agree to disagree. Do you want to fight about it? Get off of Chime!
Get on Chime!
Get off it! What do you guys think? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Do you use it? Do you like it?
If you use it, send me a $5 Spot Me boost. You can send boosts to your friends.
Oh my gosh. I'm saying. Okay, we're going to talk about me being annoying.
Next topic.
Okay, this
Our sister fight was Chime, really? I feel like we have such better sister fights.
like when I tried to take your chair and then you were like all mad about it a second ago.
No, because and you're like, well, okay, I'm sitting at the table, drawing on my iPad.
Yeah.
Or like making a flyer.
Yeah.
And then Bailey's like, I need another chair for out here.
Uh-huh.
And I stood up to like go do something. She takes my chair.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, no, wait, I'm sitting there. And then I'm like, no, just take that one. And I took the chair from that was at the end of the table and put it where I was sitting, where my iPad and my drink were.
Uh-huh.
And Bailey is like, well, no, why don't you just sit there? And I'm like, no, it's fine. I could just move the chair. She's like, just sit there. I'm like, I could just move the chair.
Okay, that's not how it went. Number one, here's the table.
That is how it went.
Here's the table.
That is how it went.
Here's the table. Here's the chair Danny's sitting at. There's another chair here and here. The door that I need to take this chair through is right here. So I'm like, I'm just going to grab this chair to go through this door really quick. And then I was like, Danny can sit here. That way when we're done setting up, like, we can put this chair right back. But Danny grabs the chair and moves it here. So now when we go to, like...
Because that's where I was sitting.
I'm like, you literally just take your iPad and put it right here. and then everything's so much easier. But you're like, no, let me take the chair and move it here. Now when we go to put this away, we have to move your chair, then move this other chair. And I was like, it makes sense. And we were just fighting over how it makes sense. I'm like, Danny, just sit here. She's like, no, I was sitting there. I'm going to sit right here. And I was like,
it's really not that huge of like
it's not, but I'm like, think about my logic. I'm like, see that chair's right through the door. I'm like, I'm going to bring this chair
I
here.
didn't think that far ahead of like, oh, when we put this back later.
I didn't think that either. I was thinking like, well, no, I did. Because I'm like, yeah. Well, speaking of us fighting, though, is because I was talking... I was talking to you and you were on your phone, and I was like, I only said maybe 2 words. I can't remember. Like, I was just like, oh yeah, well, hey, are you listening to me?
Oh yeah.
And you were like, I was like, yeah. So, blah, blah. Hey, are you listening?
No, I wish we could reenact it better.
I know. I can't think of what I was saying.
You were like, you're like, yeah, and then we could just, hey.
Because you're literally just. I didn't mean it for
on my phone.
I didn't mean for it to come out like that, but I was just like, yeah. So hey.
You're like, yeah. Then we could just move it over there. Hey, did you hear me? Do you understand?
You were like, yeah.
Whoa.
I'm listening.
Wow.
And I was like, I'm sorry.
Wow.
I really didn't.
That
mean to
wasn't
say
a
it
fight
like
though.
that.
We both cracked up.
Yeah, because we were like, hey.
Hey, did you hear what I said?
Speaking of that too. So Danny makes this joke because we'll be going somewhere, like, because she's at my house and we're leaving, but I need to like, I do like a freshen up before I leave. Sometimes I like to like fix my makeup and stuff. You know where this is going. So Danny's like, oh, it's getting close to time to leave. Bailey goes in the glam room for 10 minutes. Everyone's waiting around for her. And then the second she comes out, she's like, all right, let's go. Come on, it's time to leave. Why aren't you have your shoes on? Like, and I say this thing where I'm like, chop, chop. And I'm mostly kidding. I'm like, all right, come on, guys, chop, chop. We got to go. Like, da, da, da. So
Well, first of all, nobody likes being told chop, chop. Like, come on, chop, chop. It's like...
but she was really, I hate to say it.
But she was really... True. You went in your glamour. You were in there for like 40 minutes. Like you were getting ready.
40 minutes?
This was like a day when you were getting ready.
Okay.
Like, you were in there a while.
Okay.
A while.
Okay.
And then you come out and you're like, all right, let's go. Everybody ready? Come on, chop, chop.
I did not say
yes,
that's what I'm saying.
Yes, you
That's what I'm saying. I did not say chop, chop.
Yes. You did! Well, anyway, it escalated to...
Because Danny's, like, over-exaggerating how I said it in the first place. I was like, I did not say chop, chop!
But we keep just being like, chop, chop, chop! We'll be like, chop, chop!
Just losing your ever-loving mind.
It looks funnier when...
Chop, chop! It's like I did not say it. Chop, chop! I literally cannot. But I realized, like, yeah, that was not a nice thing to say, but I didn't say it like that. I'll tell you that right now. Oh no. Because, like, I'm already, like, just imagine you're in my brain, though, and I'm rushing to finish getting ready, and I come out in the living room, and everybody's laid down, like, completely laying down, like, several people just, like,
well, maybe,
they're like, let's go!
Maybe just don't make your house so comfortable.
Okay, I'll try. No, my problem is, I have a addiction to hurrying up. I have a hurry sickness, like me and Ann talked about.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to fix that, too. I was hurrying here a little bit today. Did you? Because I texted you and I'm like, oh, I'm running 15 minutes late.
I could tell. And then you were like, isn't the oven supposed to be on 400? And then you're like, do you have any clothes in the washer?
Oh, speaking of which, I should change this.
Oh yeah. Okay. And
chop,
break.
Chop.
Chop, chop.
Cut. Chop, chop. All right. Chop, chop. Okay.
See? She goes, chop, chop.
See? You witnessed it in real life. I was so... You just have to edit that whole thing. That was awful.
No, I'm going to leave it in.
I don't have a lot to talk about. Like, really don't.
We could do another therapy session. Just kidding.
I already cried watching different. Just kidding. Watching a different podcast today.
Let's just say you go like this.
Okay.
So, how about them bills?
It's not even.
You know, it's been raining today. All day.
We're gonna talk about the weather?
All week. It was so nice and beautiful, and I'm stuck inside my office. And just like wanting to, just getting outside for any couple of minutes that I can just enjoy. And then
Saturday and Sunday,
raining, cold.
and it's gonna be 75 and sunny all week again. Jared talks about this though. She said, I'm gonna tell Kevin. She's like, I'm gonna tell our boss that we are open during the sunny days and we are closed during the rainy days this year. And he's like, yeah.
Do you mean open during
Yeah,
the
yeah,
rainy?
yeah.
I'm like, why would you want that?
She's like, we're gonna look at the weather and then we're gonna determine when our weekend is based on that. Because this is getting out of hand.
Yeah. There you go.
No, seriously though, you go outside just to like run out to the car and go grab something or like cash a check, come back. And the sun is beaming down on you.
It's gorgeous.
And then you're just in your office. We need to escape the Matrix. I was just talking about this.
I really want to do that. I'm
will.
working really hard to do that too.
We will. It'll come. It'll come.
And the podcast is part of that plan.
I feel like things just seem to work out for me. I was putting up those lights you gave me, those fairy lights.
Yeah.
And I needed to put the cord behind something so you can't see the cord. And I had a thumbtack I put a hole in the wall to like hook the cord in. This is so stupid, but just so happened to have a tag in the exact spot where I put the thing. So then I just like tacked the tag to the wall instead of having to like try to wrap the cord around it or try to hang the cord on it. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, there just so happens to be a perfect tag right here in this exact spot. Like things like that just and like the parking spot we got the other day. Perfect.
Right. It was funny. We pulled in and I was like, we are going to find the most perfect, best parking spot. And that everybody else drove past and nobody saw.
Yeah.
And then we did.
That's exactly what happened.
It was great.
It was funny, too, because at first we were both like, oh, this place is packed. Like, look at all these cars. But then you switched in 1 second. You were like, no, we're going to find a perfect spot. Yeah. And I was like, you're right. And we did.
And wonderful. We were running a little behind, like, what we wanted to be. So we were already a little like,
Shocker. I know. Shocking we were running behind. Whatever. Oh, you know what we can't talk about? It's Cinco de Mayo.
Okay.
And I got my license on Cinco de Mayo.
I used to love partying on Cinco de Mayo, and my first year clean, I was so upset on Cinco de Mayo.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's triggering. I'm glad I didn't like.
What does one do on Cinco de Mayo? Just drink beer?
Tequila.
Oh.
Margaritas.
Tequila.
Tacos.
Tequila.
It was like a big day.
You can literally still have tacos. We should be eating tacos.
I didn't think about it. We could reframe celebrating Cinco de Mayo. I'm like, why? Well, but you know, when you're in that mind, it's like, I'll celebrate anything.
Yeah.
I'll celebrate Christmas. Eggnog. Celebrate Christmas.
You see that TikTok I sent you where that girl got a pin stuck in her foot and
no.
she was freaking out and like she wouldn't let anyone touch it, so they held her down and she was.
Oh no!
They took it out. It was so funny.
A pin?
Yeah, a hat pin.
Oh,
I don't know what that is. I guess it's like maybe this long.
Oh,
pretty long.
Ow.
But I don't know. Like she was, they literally had her by each arm. Like she's like, she was a fully grown woman too. And it was funny because like there was so much chaos, people screaming. So the dad heard it from the other room, and he comes running in so fast, and like everyone's screaming like someone died. And then her sister walks in and she's just like laughing and eating chicken wings, watching the whole thing. It's so funny. I'll have to show you.
You sent it to me already?
I don't think so. I sent it to the TikTok group chat that you refused to be a part of.
Yeah, I didn't want to be in it because it feels like homework. Yeah, I'm good on the TikTok group chat.
Yeah.
But I love you guys.
I know. I know you do. You just don't love having to watch 100 TikToks that you get sent.
Yeah.
that are probably not even funny to you.
You guys have to have somewhere to talk about me behind my back.
Everything's about you, dude.
Yeah.
I think there's
I
only
don't feel that at all.
there's me and Emily and Judy in it. I think that's I don't think you and Sarah.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah, because she was
Sarah's
like, I'm
me.
overwhelmed with these TikToks.
Yeah.
Layla's so cute. She keeps texting me. Okay. So, I have a new saying. Did you see it on the note? Chop, chop! You're sweetie. You have to lose your mind.
It's better when you have like a bright lipstick on.
You just imagine. I'm scared of me.
Are you really?
No.
Was
So
that subliminal?
I heard. Oh no, I heard a and I'm like, wait, am I? I'm good. I'm Gucci. I saw a
There's
thread.
nothing to be scared of.
So I was like on a recovery page on Facebook, and I saw this comment. It said, "Better to be." It said, "Better to be chunky than to be a junkie."
Disagree.
You just got so
For myself.
Disagree.
Well, I gained a bunch of weight when I got in recovery. I'm like, this is gonna make me go back out, man. I don't like it, but it's not. It's not.
I'll tell you,
Nothing.
I definitely gained
Nothing
like so much weight when I got clean too, but now I'm finally starting to lose it. Just
Yeah.
hang in there is what I'm saying. There's hope on the other side,
Yeah.
and I think you're doing great already.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
Actually,
It's all about perspective.
Yeah, I've been reading. Well, I have Atomic Habits on an audiobook, and I listened to it when I was in addiction, and now I'm listening to it in recovery. It hits different.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I've had books or movies like that too. When you rewatch it now that you're clean, it's a completely different thing.
Yeah. And it's like, I love all the information that he's saying to me in my audiobook. Like, I'm like, wow, yes, agreed. Like, but now in recovery, like, I can put it into practice.
Yeah.
And be consistent with it. So, and my friend just recommended the Fabulous app. It's called Fabulous. It was developed
for me.
It was
developed for me.
Developed by Duke University. And it's all about like changing habits and behaviors. So the first one it started me with was like drink water in the morning. So I just drink a glass of water every morning, and then I've done it for like 4 days. And like first thing this morning I was like, gotta get my water. And it's becoming like automatic, and I was like,
The first thing you do in the morning is so important, because if it's productive, then it sets the tone for the rest of your day being productive.
yeah, well, it's that, and then the next one was eat a great breakfast. So I've been having my glass of water and then going right in the kitchen and getting breakfast. And in James Clear's Atomic Habits, like, he talked about getting 1% better every day. So I'm just like focusing on little things. Like the one day I had 4 desserts, and I'm like, this is great. If I just say no to 1 dessert tomorrow
And have 3.
and have 3, I'm still 1% better than I was
Yeah.
yesterday. And it's like keeping in mind that concept of like when a plane is taking off and you just change like the direction of the plane the tiniest unnoticeable little bit, and it's going to end up in like
So far from
where it was supposed to go. Yeah.
You told me about that plane thing, and it blew my mind, and I've been thinking about it ever since.
Yeah.
You can just, because it's hard to, like you said, like, notice the changes now, because you're changing it, and it's such a small change, but once those add up, they really add up. I put too much pressure on myself to think the right thoughts in the first thing in the morning, and then I spiral immediately, because I'm like, oh my God, I gotta think about God, hold on.
Hold on. That was really good.
I swear.
No,
I'll
but
just have to be chill.
I do feel like this morning I got up and I was hard on myself because while I was on my phone for a half hour, I'm like, this is a terrible way to start the day. Like, but then I was like, listen, it's Sunday morning. Like, I don't want to stay in this habit. I don't want to do it. But I still got up and like did my good habits and restarted. I reframed.
I don't want to be staying.
I don't want to be staying.
I was really trying not to mention it. I'm like, just let it go.
I don't want to be staying in this habit.
No, I get it though. I totally get it. You want to hear the joke of the day? She's like,
Yeah, joke of the day.
it's stupid. It's a
Sorry.
your mama joke.
I keep really. Our mother watches this.
Well, obviously, I'm not talking about our mother.
Okay.
I made a TikTok, and it said something about, oh, when your mom does this or whatever, and it was clearly not about her or true. Mm-hmm. But she, like, we were talking about my TikTok, and I was like, oh yeah, that TikTok, blah blah blah. I don't know where I'm going with this at all.
Was it a yo mama
Anyway,
joke?
but no, it was like me realizing that I believe everything I see on TikTok, like my mom believes everything she sees on Facebook. She doesn't believe, she barely goes on Facebook, so it clearly wasn't about her. I just thought it was a funny concept that I believe everything that I see on and everyone's mom believes, you know? So I feel like it's the same vein where like, it's a yo mama joke, but I'm clearly not talking about our mom.
Okay.
Okay? Okay. Yo mom was so fat. I already lost her. She eats wheat thicks. Wheat thicks.
Oh my god.
I was like ready to tell my Danny's gonna hate this until she hears the punchline. Because like
Oh
we don't do fat jokes around here, but that one was too funny to not say. The fact that you laughed so hard about it is really funny for me.
She eats wheat thicks. Oh, because I love wheat thicks.
You're like, I'm gonna have to find me some wheat thicks. That sounds even
They're
better.
just a little bit thicker. Oh my god. Oh, that was good. That was
They were thicker. And I liked your idea about what songs I would listen to. Like, name your top 3 songs right now.
Oh, okay. Top 3 songs right now. We got. It's called "Song for the Seeds" by Humbird.
Okay.
"Ceilings" by Lizzie McAlpine.
Okay.
"Carry You" by the Teskey Brothers.
Okay.
And "Sweet Mariana" by Marcus
Can't,
King.
no.
I did.
Pick 3.
I already did.
So
Okay.
mine are, if I could pick 10, I would pick 10. And mine, the Tortured Poets Department, the anthology.
The whole thing,
anthology.
yeah.
But I would say right now, I'm listening to I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. I'm so depressed, I act like it's my birthday. Every day. And then I listen to Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter. I'm obsessed with that song right now.
You
I can't.
posted that on a couple of your
Yeah.
Snap stories.
Yeah. I don't know what she put in that song, but it is good.
Well, we do love coffee.
It's me espresso. She's like, I know you're staying up all night because you're thinking of me. It's me espresso. She's like, I get it. Anyway. But I watched a TikTok of her performing at Coachella, and like just the dance moves associated with that song that she does. I was just like, just mesmerized. The costume, like these tiny little dance moves she's doing.
Great
with-
performance.
Oh my gosh, so good. She's literally the people's princess. I love her so much. So then the other one I would say Saturn by SZA. Love that song.
Where did you hear that?
You know, she did an ad. She did like a credit card ad, I think, with that song in it, and I was trying to find it so bad. And then you played it in the car, and I didn't put 2 and 2 together. But then I was listening to it on my own. I was like, that was a song I couldn't find.
Oh
it was
my
like
God.
it must have been unreleased or something. But she's like,
Nice.
I do better on Saturn. It was go? I forget. I literally listened to it. Stuck in this paradigm. It's funny because when we hang out now and we're laughing really hard, I think podcast. Like my whole brain is different now. I'm like, or like I'll have a conversation with Jara at work and it's like, okay, podcast idea. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's very weird. It's very cool. It's what's up.
You honestly kind of took the charge of,
just like topics.
Yeah, which is great.
Yeah, if you ever find yourself dying laughing about something, just write it down.
Okay.
You know, or find something that's really interesting, that's like weird or whatever.
Yeah.
I love conspiracy theories.
I think I have a little bit of like a insecurity because I'm usually like pretty a little more serious, I think, and like emotional. Like I always want to like talk about like
deep topics.
Like, yeah. We should have a segment for me, like what does Gabby call it? Big talks. She's just like, I don't do cute. Small talk. I just do big talk.
I like that.
And I get into like metaphysical topics.
That's really cool. I like that a lot. That's a good idea. Danny's deep talks.
Danny's deep talks. I don't know why that sounds funny.
I sprung clung today. Spring clean.
Sprung clung. Did we say that last time?
I don't know if we said it on the pod, but we
sprung clung.
We definitely said it to each other.
We did. Spring clang.
Spring clang.
Spring clang.
Today, so I'm tired. That's why I'm tired, because I sprang clang.
I sprang clang. I sprung clung.
Welcome back to the Serenity Session. Today we are talking about step 8. And step 8 is
we made a list of people we had harmed and became willing to make amends to them all.
So this one is interesting because this is where we make the list. And everyone, if anyone's heard of the 12 steps, usually they've heard of step 9.
Where you make amends.
Where you make amends. And amends is basically amending something, fixing it. It's like an apology, right? So in step 8, we are preparing for step 9 by making the list of people we had harmed.
Becoming willing.
And becoming willing to make those amends. Because let me tell you, just imagine one person you had harmed. And imagine becoming willing to apologize to them. How does that feel?
Terrifying.
Yes, right? Scary. That's why we need our higher power for this. Mm-hmm. To give us the courage and the strength to do such things. Because I don't know in what universe the old me would have ever done something like this. But it's been one of the most transformational steps. They're all transformational, but this one really, got me going.
Yeah. Because
I wasn't having to it just took a lot of courage to do it. And there's people on there that I was like, I don't know if I want to put this person on here. I don't know if I want to go this far. And my sponsor would be like, how free do you want to be? And I'm like,
so free.
And I don't want to talk too much about step 9 in this session, but just making that list. And it's funny too, because we can pull from our resentments list from step 4, because there's a section in step 4 where you write your resentments. And funny enough, you're going to be using those for your amends list. Yeah. So, resentment's like a problem we have with somebody, but it takes 2 to tango, and we just have to clean our side of the street. So we have to make sure our part is taken care of. It doesn't matter what the other person did. Either we would have reacted in a way that was not appropriate, or we have hurt somebody. And as an addict, we hurt people, period.
Yeah.
As a human being, we hurt people, period. But it's nice to. It's hard, not hard. It's emotionally
charging,
taxing, and scary to write down everyone you had harmed.
It was emotional to write down my resentments list. Mm-hmm. I'm on step 6 still. I did it wrong the first time, so now I have to do it again.
No, you did it right.
I did it wrong.
You literally talked about in step 6. I just rewatched that episode too, where you were talking about your step 6, and you were like, "I'm not." You said, "I'm becoming ready. I'm not doing it yet." Like you even mentioned that.
Right, but I found out that I was trying to do it to the best of my ability. Well, not really. I was more into like noticing it, but I guess what I was supposed to be doing is working step 6 along with step 7. But we just didn't like. I like a structure. Like we meet for this step and go over it, and then we move on to the next step, and then we meet for that one and go over it, and then we go on to the next step, and then we meet for that one. And we didn't meet between 6 and 7, but my 6th assignment was supposed to be worked with step 7.
But I don't think you did it wrong. I think you did it right. Is what I'm getting at. Is that you did it right.
It doesn't matter who's
I think
right or wrong.
I think you're moving forward. I don't think you're doing it over. I think you're moving forward to the next step. That's just how I'm choosing to
But
see
it's
it.
also like a testament of like how you can get caught up in that. Like, oh, I did it wrong, or I'm gonna do this wrong, or you know, and you just have to keep going.
This is exactly how your higher power planned it, so there's no way you can get it wrong.
Beautiful.
Even if you see that you in your head you like I got it wrong. No.
I feel like I did it wrong. Like I feel like because I was a high achiever in high school. Like I liked to get good grades. I liked when my teachers like gave me praise. So it's like I got a B- in step 6. And I'm shooting for that A+.
Grade is a really good grade.
Shooting for the not when you're shooting for the A+. And in college, it's funny. My motto in college was C's get degrees.
I know
because I had to.
And you know what's so funny is like. And I do this too, where I try something. If I don't get it perfect my first try, I'm so hard on myself.
Yeah.
And we have to give ourselves a space. For me, especially, like I just need to give myself space to mess it up, so I can keep trying and trying and trying and get it right.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to do a pirouette, a double pirouette.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like getting mad because I couldn't get on the first try. I'm like, wait, duh. These people who are doing it perfectly have done it thousands of times.
Yeah.
So I just need to keep trying.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, and I think for your first time of doing the steps, like you're doing incredibly amazing. You should be
you.
very proud of yourself.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But yeah, back to step 8. I'm approaching.
You are hot on the tail.
Hot on the tail of step 8.
So since we have an episode in the queue, and then there'll be this one, who knows? Maybe you'll be on step 8 by the time we go over step 9.
Yeah. Wow. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe, comment, like, share. We love you.
Go watch the episode 10 where we talked about my
Where
crush.
we talked about the guy, and then you gotta see.
Go see what he saw.
Go see what he
Because I just
saw,
rewatched
yeah.
it and it is embarrassing.
And hilarious.
Anyway,
Love you, bye! List of people we have harmed and became really good.
Welcome back. No?
We made a list.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
We made a list of people.
Persons, it's people. 1, 2, 3.
Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point.
Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point.
Okay,
Did
that's
you do that
enough.
on purpose?
Yeah.
Okay, good.